So look, for a while we've already known that there was a My Hero Academia live action movie, at least announced. At least we knew that something was apparently happening, but for a while we haven't heard any sort of news about it. So it's kind of left us in a place where we wondered if it was canceled or what was going on with it. But today we do have a little bit of news regarding the My Hero Academia live action movie. So let's talk about that because that should be exciting for fans of the series. And obviously that's a lot of people that watch here. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please, I would ask you to do that, and also give this video a like if it's any sort of new information to you. And with that said, let's get to talking about this new information about the live action My Hero Academia Hollywood movie. So shout out to Shonen Jump News unofficial at WSJ Manga. They have the article up on their Twitter. I'm going to read what they posted on Twitter before we go diving into the article by the Hollywood Reporter. And their tweet says, Netflix has nabbed the live-action film adaptation of the manga sensation My Hero Academia or Academia from Legendary Entertainment. The live-action movie adaptation of My Hero Academia was announced by Legendary Entertainment in October 2018. And that is right, we already have a video on the channel sort of talking about that initial announcement and what we would have liked to see in the story. So you can check the channel out for a video about that. I might have a card in the top right order description if I can remember. But let's click on this article and see exactly what's going on today. So this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. This is a very credible news organization. At least they do tend to know a lot of things, and this is a big website over here in America for any of my foreign viewers. Now, Netflix boards My Hero Academia live action movie from Legendary. Joby, sorry if I don't pronounce this correctly by the way, Joby, I'm gonna go Joby. Joby Harold will write the screenplay for director Shinsuke Sato's English language debut as the manga sensation jumps to the live action movie realm. Now, I do want to get a little more familiar with Shinsuke Sato's work and Joby Harold's work, but we will do that in a little bit here in this video. So reading the article from the Hollywood Reporter, they report Netflix has nabbed the live action film adaptation of the manga sensation My Hero Academia from Legendary Entertainment, best known for its MonsterVerse tentpoles. And yes, this is being apparently made by Legendary Entertainment, so even though it's a Netflix movie, it's still being made by a studio who's done amazing things recently, like Detective Pikachu. I believe they did the Godzilla movies that are most recent, and I do also believe that they're responsible for Kong vs. Godzilla, which I really enjoyed. Now, Joby Harold is penning the screenplay for the live action feature, which will be director and executive producer Shinsuke Sato's English language debut, and will see the popular manga property jump to the live action movie realm. Harold's credits include Obi-Wan Kenobi and Army of the Dead, and I did watch Army of the Dead. I watched a couple episodes of Kenobi and I liked it, but I'm not it's hard for me to get back into Star Wars right now without any movies on the horizon. But Army of the Dead with Batista and several other well-known actors was a really good movie that I did enjoy, and it's nice to see that that same person who made that screenplay is working on this, because that gives me a little bit of hope. Netflix earlier backed an adaptation of the Japanese manga Death Note. My Hero Academia is a manga that has become a sensation worldwide, having debuted in 2014 and now gained attention in the North American market. It quickly became an anime series, now in its 6th season. Legendary bought the rights to a live-action adaptation of My Hero Academia in October 2018. The adaptation will be produced by Legendary's Mary Perrin and Alex Garcia, who's been attached to this project for a long time, and takes place in a world where 80% of people have developed a power called a quirk. For superhero fanboy Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku, being born without a quirk makes him almost give up his dream of going to UA High School, the most prestigious hero training academy. But after a chance encounter with the legendary All Might, Deku starts on the road to become the greatest hero. There's no word on casting for the live adaptation, which may attract a host of Japanese American actors. And we also get the news that Toho will distribute the film theatrically in Japan, meaning that while this movie is going to Netflix in America, it is most likely going to be shown in Japanese theaters. So that does make me think that there is going to be a certain level of involvement from Toho and other people to make sure that this is handled in a certain way, because at the end of the day, it's not just going to be an American movie that we're going to enjoy over here. It is apparently going to screen in Japanese theaters, meaning I also expected to have a Japanese dub, and I would really love it if the voice actors from the anime did end up doing the Japanese dub for the movie. I feel like that would just feel perfect. Now, going over to Joby Harold's IMDb, we have a little information on what other projects that he's worked on. He is known for Obi-Wan Kenobi 2022, Edge of Tomorrow 2014, and John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Oh god. Now, I really like the John Wick movies, so just seeing that this guy worked on the John Wick movies, or at least did the screenplay for them, does give me a lot of hope for the action in the My Hero movie, especially considering he worked on Edge of Tomorrow, and I feel like that's one of the best kind of manga anime adaptations that I've ever seen. Even though it doesn't stick 100% to the source material, I do think they did a really good job at sticking close to it at least, and adapting what they needed to make a better movie. Now, on the other side, the director Shinsuke Sato, I want to look at his page and see what he's done already, right? Because I'm not entirely familiar with this director. I probably did a little research on him back when when I did the first video back in 2018, but let's see what some of his recent projects were. Now, looking at what Shinsuke Sato's worked on already, I mean, it does get me pretty interested because I do like a lot of these projects, or at least the projects that they're based off. I feel like now I have some homework to go watch this list of movies, because on here, the stuff that I recognize, we have Gantz. I really love Gantz as a manga. He's done 3 different Gantz movies, or at least 2 movies, and then a TV movie version of one of the movies. On top of that, he also worked on the Japanese Death Note movies, with him working on Death Note, Light Up the New World. And I honestly really like that one, and I kind of was picturing for that to be more what the Netflix version of the show was going to be like, and that ended up not being the case. But beyond that, he's also worked on Inuyashiki, the live action adaptation of that anime, and more recently, he's worked on Bleach, the live action Bleach movie, which a lot of people seem to like for sticking very close to the source material and just changing a couple things to make it, you know, work in movie form. But it seems like people were very happy with the Bleach movie from what I remember. And this director also worked on both Kingdom movies, which I don't really know much about Kingdom, but I do know that there is a massive fandom and it managed to get a second movie. So at the very least, the first one seemed like it was good enough for them to get a sequel, which is again, a good note for this director. So all in all, I feel like my expectations are sort of set. I think I'm gonna watch some movies by this director and watch some movies by the screenplay writer, Joby Harold, and kind of get a feel for what they're into or what they like. But next up, what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna work on a fan cast for the My Hero Academia movie. So we're gonna do that together, but I wanna separate that from this video because this video is more just about the news and everything that's coming. So check back on the channel in a little bit or in the next day or two, subscribe please, and we will have a fan casting for this movie. I do see in the article that it says they might be looking for more Japanese American actors, especially since this movie is going to be screened over in Japan, and you probably don't want to have Michael Cera being Deku when it's going to air over there unless you're going for a comedy, I guess. So we are going to try to find as many Japanese American actors that would fit the roles, I think, or fit them well or do well. So I am going to have to familiarize myself a little more with more Japanese American actors for that fan cast list, but I suppose it might be fun to do like a Japanese American actor kind of fan cast and a non-Japanese American actor fan cast, because there's always a chance that not every single character in the movie is going to be a Japanese American actor. So I feel like it'd be interesting to see what some of the other options would possibly be. But for now, that's all on the live action adaptation of My Hero Academia's movie. You can check back on this channel for more news, anything related to My Hero Academia. I cover it, and I cover a couple other different series. But right now, of course, with season 6 out and about, we have to be talking about My Hero Academia the most because that is what we started this channel with. So I'll see you guys later. It's Pineapple. I love you very much. Thank you for coming to the channel for the news. And again, please like the video and try to get it to 1,000 likes, and that'll help us immensely. And also, I'll follow up this video with the first fan cast video featuring Japanese Americans when that like goal is hit. So expect the video soon, especially if you hit the like goal quickly. I'll see you later. It's Pineapple. Peace.